What's everybody doing today? How are you all? How are you all? Welcome to the SHSAT study stream. We will be doing SHSAT work today. Even though I can't really talk today, we will be doing it. Got some word problems. We got Word Problem Thursday coming up. What's up, everybody? If you haven't already liked the video, definitely subscribe if you're looking for more studying content. So I got some word problems. So it's not going to be super rapid fire because I want to write them out. And each of them is going to take a second to write out. But get your mind geared up for math word problems, right? Remember, what you're going to be doing is digging for information, highlighting pieces of information that will help you, paying attention to detail. All right, let's see what the chat's up to. Zhang first, nice bro. What's up, man? Roy's here. Happy post birthday celebration, Roy. Henry's in. What's up, Henry? Little Nexa, welcome back. Sakib's in. Cruz, what's up, guys? Techno, what's up, man? No, you're not demoted anymore, bro. You're full size now. What's up, Hosen? Hey, Iron Ore. Rona, that's been a minute. What's up? Luis has been grinding on the stream, bro. He's been on it. Zach's in. Yeah. Tyler the boy. Little Nexo. Yeah, so I'm making a PB&J. Ooh. I love me PB&J. For some reason, the chat is a bit delayed for me, for Bro Stars. Oh, man. That's too bad. I turned it on as high as I could, but maybe I can tweak the settings. I subbed. Excellent. Welcome, Cyber Slayer. Anybody want a challenge? It's pretty open-ended. Not math or ELA? Uh-oh. Okay. All right. I don't know. I don't know if I like where this is going, but... All right, so let's get into these word problems. Let's talk about them. Actually, let me key up, and by key up I mean write, because I actually don't have it ready. I can't do the streams. I can't have an hour worth of material prepped for the stream every single time, guys. You get it. You guys understand. You guys understand how it is. So give me a second. Let me write out this first problem, and then we'll be, I don't want to actually get rid of that window. Not that you saw that. But I am then going to be going through these problems, obviously. But here's the first one. Give me 30 seconds, bros. Just chat amongst yourself for 30 seconds, and I will be right back. Okay, question done. Now I'm just giving you answer choices. All right. Bros. First, smooth. Ooh. Got that smooth peanut butter. Ooh. Okay, all right, here we go. We're in. This is the first. I just started my prep for SHSAT. Is it too late? No, this is actually the last day that you're allowed to start prepping and still be on time. So, congratulations, you're in. Here is the question, guys. What? Give me an answer. Assuming these spaces are equal in length, which of the following expressions produces a value that lies between C and D on the number line featured right above? And I'm going to start writing the next question so it's not as slow. Oh, that's like jiggling the screen. That's kind of annoying. All right, this should be better. Cruz with the first answer in at C. This confuses you? Okay, well just really read the question. Really read the question. I promise you the concepts in this are kind of simple, but they're so hidden. So see if you can pick it apart. Okay. All right, so let's see what the chat is saying. Cruz came in first with C. Hosen co-signs it. Luis seems to be helping out with a little bit of information. What's up, family? Levy is on C. Hassan is also feeling confident. Techno's on C. Family's on the bandwagon with Ayas, Cyber, and that is the crew. So let's see if you guys are right about this, or let's just kind of see how this one breaks down. So guys, again, this is just word salad. They just throw a bunch of words in here. The concepts are actually super simple, and we're about to pick this apart. Assuming the spaces are equal in length. How many spaces are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 total spaces. So that means that going from 0, this is going to be 1/6. This is going to be 2/6. I'm not reducing. This is going to be 3/6. This is going to be 4/6. This is going to be 5/6. And good for us, that one is 6/6. All right, so now we know where C and D reside on the number line. So which of the following expressions produce a value that lies between C and D on the number line? So this is another thing that makes the question harder. Rather than just saying straight up 2/15, They say 1/3 times 2/5. Now, looking at this, we know that between 2/3 and 5/6 is probably not 2/15. So we know that that's not our answer. And we could do the math here, but to be very fair, this is less than 2/3, and we're subtracting something from it. It's going to be even less. This one's going to be pretty easy to do since it's 1/3 times 5/2, because that's how division of fractions work, if you forget, which is going to be 5/6, which is D. So it's not like you can't lie between C and D if you are D. So that isn't right. We knew this isn't right, so we can just do this just to be safe, which I always recommend. And this is equal to 5/15 plus 6/15, and that's going to be 11/15. And does 11/15 fit in here? Is 11/15 our solution? Well, let's just make these all out of 30. And this will be 22 out of 30. This here times 5 will be 20 out of 30. This here times 5 will be 25 out of 30. And yeah, this is our boy right here, smack dab in the middle. Oh, I gotta stop crumpling in case you guys have questions. Do you do you guys have any questions? Okay, so iron ore, I thought it was asking from distance from C to D. Well, even if it was asking from distance from C to D, we don't have an answer choice that gives us that value. At least I don't think this works out to 1/6, does it? This would be 6/15 minus 5. Yeah, this would be 1/15. So yeah, there actually isn't a 1/6. Cool. Why waste paper when you can use the back of it? Because I use the back of the paper for other things, but for the stream, you got to keep it fresh, bro. Got to keep it fresh. And plus, it gets recycled, so we love to see that. All right, here's the second question. I wasn't quite done with it, so you guys are just going to have to kick it for a second. This shaking is like so bad. I'm just gonna throw this up. Okay. All right, we back. All right, here we go. In a senior citizen's home with a population of 250 people, everyone is from 75 to 90 years old, and 12% of this population is age 80 or younger. If the remaining population is evenly distributed, how many people in this home are aged 85? Oh, I have serious anxiety. Yeah, that's real. That can be real. Just figure yourself out. But I couldn't say I have serious anxiety. Learn to be more resourceful. I don't know what that means. I have a lot of anxiety as well. It's cheesy, but we're all in this together. That's so true. So true. Anxiety gang. Yeah, it's all right. It's natural. It's natural to have it. If you didn't feel it at all, that'd be really weird. I just feel as if I'm too late. Well, you're here, so don't worry about it anymore because you're here now. This test gives me anxiety. I feel like everyone is ahead of me. Well, if you got to start working on your mental game, bro. You got to work on your mental game. For me, studying gives me confidence, but it might be different from everybody. And I'm the only one behind. Trust me, bro. Dude, if I could show you my email inbox, like the third week of October, the second week of October, my emails, I just have to stop responding just because like I get people like the week of the test being like, I just started studying. What should I do? So you're fine, bro. Okay, so answers are pouring in from first off from Iron Ore, who tagged a question mark on it, but still has A. Cruz has A as well. Levy agrees. Hosen agrees. Okay, interesting. My mental game is trash, according to everyone else. Yeah, and you're the only person that can fix it, bro. So I find that what helps the mental game is movement, doing things. The more you spend thinking, it's hard to think yourself out of a mental funk. You have to do yourself out of a mental funk, if that makes any sense. What's up, Surrey? Okay, so Luis also agrees with A. Bruh, I'm so slow. That's okay. Hey, don't even trip. These are hard problems. Keep in mind, these are very hard problems. And you can always go back to past streams and watch them, and then you can pause. Or you could even pause this stream and just catch up with us later. You know what I mean? All right, Zhang also has A. Okay, should I go over this one, guys? Should I talk about this one? Yeah, I think I should, but I'm going to zoom out. So in a senior citizen's home with a population of 250 people, everyone is 75 to 90 years old. I think that's an interesting way to say that. But what they mean is that there are people who are 75 and there are people who are 90 there. It's inclusive counting. We're not just saying up to 90. We're saying they are 90. So that's something to think about. If you didn't catch that, then whatever. And 12% of the population is age 80 or younger. Okay, so that means that the population that we care about, because we're looking for 85, in that group from 81 to 90, that is 88% of the home. Now, how many people is that? Well, we can just count. We have 81, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 90. So that's 10 ages. Right? 10 ages are 88%. So that's just something to think about and something we'll track back and hit later. So if 88% of the nursing home is in the age range we need to find out, what 88% is. I feel like I've just been talking forever just to say that. And to do the multiplication, we're going to make it into a decimal. We'll get rid of that. Who cares? All right. So that's a 0. That's going to be a 4D. That's going to be 1620. And that's going to be the same thing, but just with another 0. You got to love the palindromes. 0, 0, 0, 2, 2. We got 2 decimal places. Okay, cool. So 220 people in that home are aged above 80. So they're 81 through 90. I hope this is making sense. I feel like I'm really doing a bad job explaining this. So if they are equally distributed, remember that I said that there are 10 age brackets. There's 81 all the way to 90, that's 10 different ages you can be. Just imagine if you're 1 through 10, that's 10. So 81 through 90 is also 10. So if they're evenly distributed, then we need to find out, and this is even redundant at this point. Most people can do that division in their head, but I do it for the love. I do it for the love of the division. You got to do it for the love of the division, and we knocked off a 0 using long division. That's going to be our answer. That is the funky answer, and the chat is absolutely there. The chat is absolutely there. Very nice. Very nice. Paganini. My tutoring place said I should use a Venn diagram for these questions. I feel bamboozled. Yeah, don't. Don't use a Venn diagram, bro. Use my method. Okay. No, I'm okay, Tyler. That's good to hear. Oh, what's up, Tejas? Remember that there will be some easy questions that will compensate for the amount of time you take for these questions. So true, Cruz. So true. I thought of it as the people who are 75 as 80, so I found that there are 10 years, 80 to 90. Oh, okay, well, that works as well. Yeah, my tutor also said that. Wait a minute. Is your tutor making you do all, some, none problems? And I'll write that down. If are they making you do all, some, or none problem? This is like one type of problem. If they're making you do this, this is from the SHSAT like 7 years ago, and you use the Venn diagrams for this. So if that's what they're having you do, then have them update their material. I don't even understand how you would do a Venn diagram for a question like this, like how you would make the two, like what even you would name the two, you know what I'm saying? It just seems kind of counterintuitive to me, but that's because I'm the best tutor in the world, and you know. Welcome everybody, welcome who's late to the stream. This is Word Problem Wthursday. Like the video if you haven't already, definitely subscribe. We're going to be going over more SHSAT material as the fall proceeds. Can I get a shout out? Yes, you can, 90K. Shout out to Blaster. Wait, Tyler, where did you get the 10? Good question. So I got the 10 because there are 10 ages older than 80 all the way to 90, right? There's 10 ages. So there's 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, and 90. And if they're evenly distributed among those 10 categories, right? If they're evenly distributed amongst those age groups, then that means that there has to be 22 in each age group. And then if there's 10 age groups, of course, there's going to be 220. And that's just kind of working the problem backwards. But shoot me a DM if you don't really get that one. No, it only works for survey questions. Yeah. Tyler is the best tutor ever. Big agree, Alana. What's up, Alana, by the way? Tyler, you're a very nice guy for teaching us for free. It helps us a lot. I appreciate it a lot, Tyler. Thank you. Thank you for showing up, Hosen. It's what a time to be alive. Oh crap, I have homework to do. Goodbye, Alana. Tyler, God bless you. Bless you, Yeet Feet. Same, type R if you respect Tyler. Okay. All right, guys, you guys can chat amongst yourself. I'm going to be whipping up this next word problem. I'm going to be in the kitchen whipping it up, so I'll see you in like 2 minutes. Almost there, bros. Okay. Okay. All right. Check this. A lot of R's in the chat. Big love out to the chat. All right. Next question. Guys. Yeah. A lot of love in the chat. Thank you guys so much. You know, the appreciation goes both ways. I definitely, you guys definitely are inspiring with the grind that you guys are on, and the mission and the challenge that you guys are facing inspires me as well. So it's awesome. Awesome time. What a time to be alive. The price of gasoline went from $2.25 per gallon to $2.50 per gallon. What was the percent increase in the cost of the gasoline? Okay, Cruz is on B. What's up, Rachel? She's on B. Sari's there. Hey, Sari. Levy's there. Zhang's there too. Ooh, this might be a quick one. This might be a quick one. Yeah, you know, I actually did throw this one in, knowing it wouldn't be as hard, but I did throw it in because we got to mix it up. They can't all be just total cold stone stunners. So, you know, I gotta throw a little easy one in here. I'm just gonna go ahead and whip through this. If you guys don't know how to do this type of thing, I highly recommend studying it. But with percentages, we're either gonna be talking about percentage of, or we're gonna be talking about percentage increase, right? And those are the big kind of differences. This is a percentage increase. Now, just very quickly, just what do I mean by percentage of compared to percentage increase? We can use the 100. So if I have, let's say 100 and 150, 150, or that's almost like too obvious. What if I have 200 and 300? Let's not even look at these. What percent of 200 is 300? What percent of 200 is 300? Well, it would be 150% of this 200 is 300. That's what percentage of is. That circle, 150% of 200 is 300. Whereas percent increase, if we have 200 and it goes to 300, it has increased by $100. And 100 over 200 is an increase of 50%. So that's the difference between percent of and percent increase. And percent of, we count the original amount, and that's why we have this 100 there next to the 50. It's 150 because we have the original amount plus the 50%. Percent increase is just straight what is the percentage that it increased. We're not considering what the original one is. So this is a 25% increase from 225 to 250. So 25% increase over the original price, which is 225, and I'm going to do the division just because, you know, it's a no calculator test, but most people can kind of see this coming a mile away. 2.25, I'm going to move my decimal places over because that's what I do. My decimal place is now here. We have a 0. It's going to be a 1, so we can eliminate D immediately. 225. We're going to end with 25, and this is going to be a repeat. That's it. C or B. Ow! That was incredible. That was so easy. Okay, this next one is also kind of easy. Let me just finish it up really quick. And then we will go back to the hard ones, I promise. And if you're late, you can always rewind and look at the hard ones. Okay, yeah, we're back. All right, this is gonna take a second because I'm planning ahead, so this is gonna take just a little bit. So just go grab like a cup of water or something. Okay. I'm not done, but here is the next question for you guys. Kind of another easy one, but is there a trick in this? I don't know. I've actually never answered this one, so I don't know what the answer is. Two dice with numbers 1 through 6 are tossed, just standard dice. If the probability that the product of the two numbers shown, or what is the probability that the product of the two numbers are shown? God, let me read that sentence one more time. What is the probability that the product of the two numbers shown are less than 20? Let's go. Yo, Samuel Holson, that's probably pretty true. I bet everybody's using the internet big time now. My internet speed was literally a decimal. Now it's at 10. Nice. We suffer the brain pain, yeah. Well, you either suffer the brain pain now or you suffer it during the test. So at least you're going through it now. Okay, Rachel's on C. Yeah, these questions are a nightmare for me. Yeah, nightmare fuel. But it's good. It's good to push yourself. The concepts in them aren't crazy. This shows you guys that it's not the concepts that are going to throw you. Just because you memorize all of the formulas for area doesn't mean you're going to be safe. Like, you have to figure out ways that they try to trick you and how to get around that. Same tutoring, some problem, I guess. Tyler, can you explain the formula y2 minus y1 equals to x2 minus x1 and y equals mx plus b? Yes, can you ask me after when we have like one more word problem after this, then ask me after that. So a lot of people are jumping on with Rachel there. We have Hosen agreeing, Levy cosines, Surrey also is there, Yang's there. Feet disagrees, which I appreciate, with B. Capri Sun is C. Alam is also C. And Luis is bamboozled. Well, let's go through it. Let's talk about how to get this one done. So there's a super elegant and smart way, and then there's a dumb way to do this. I'm going to elect to do the dumb way, not because I'm like trying to like be like a meme or like whatever, but because the dumb way works every single time and I don't have to think about it. So on a test like this where securing the answer is the key, I'm going to do the dumb way and be sure. So if my first dice is a 1, I could literally get any other dice. So there are potentially 6 possibilities that I could have, right? Same thing if it's a 2, I could have any 6 possibilities and still be good to go. Even if I have a 3, I have all 6 possibilities, because remember 3 times 6 is still 18, which is less than 20. Now, when I have a 4, that's when I get into trouble. Obviously, I can do the 1, I can do the 2, I can do the 3, I can do the 4. But when I do the 5, that's going to be 20, which is not less than 20. And notice it doesn't say less than and equal to, it just says less than. So the 6 is no good either. So 4 actually only has 4 possibilities, right? 5 is going to have even less. Obviously 1, obviously 2, obviously 3, but 4, 5, and 6 are a no-go. And we're going to start seeing a little bit of that pattern there. And if I get a 6, obviously I can have a 1, I can have a 2, and I can have a 3. So there are 3 options for 6. So this is how many options there are. This will be 12 here. This is 10. So that's 22. Plus 6 will be 28 total options that we can have that work for us. So that's going to be the top of our probability. There are 28 potentials that we would like to see happen. Now, how many are there total? Well, all of the ones that we crossed out earlier could happen. So an additional 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 totals. So obviously nobody's surprised by this number. 36 is the denominator, right? So that's the brute force way to do it. That's the dumb way to do it. That's better than writing down all of them. Well, it is writing down all of them in some way. But that's how you can do this with like very, yeah, with very kind of limited thought. Yeah. So actually, just to answer your question, Roy, That's exactly what it is, equation for slope and linear. And you could even argue that this is actually, it is linear, but it's also slope-intercept form, that y equals mx plus b. But we'll go over that after the next problem. So this reduces, it's going to reduce by 2, I know that, and that's going to reduce by 2. 7/9, yeah, chat's on it. All right, so last word problem of word problem with Thursday. The alliteration was strong, so it had to happen. Let me finish this problem, and then we will be getting into it. 1 second. Okay. Okay. No answer choices, grid in style. Last word problem with Thursday. Try to get it right. Let me just double check that all this is good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Here's the last one. Feast your eyes. I'm getting better at writing on this graph paper. I figured out what it was, bros. It was that the squares are a lot smaller than I'm used to. That's why they was looking sloppy. But that's, take a little extra time today, make the chat wait a little bit, but higher quality presentation for the chat. Thanks for putting a donate command, Yeet Feet. We love our donations. Okay, I hate grid-ins. Yeah, the probability is impossibility to guess. So there are 300 marbles. Green marbles comprise 30%, yellow comprises 10%, blue comprises 20%. The remaining are red or black. If 30% of the marbles that are red and black are black, how many red marbles are there? I'll give you guys a little bit longer on this one. Don't rush the pasta. Just let it cook in your brain. Get it right. All right, like 20 more seconds. Okay, 10 more seconds. All right. All right. I do have one more word problem I could give you guys, but we'll see if everybody's right here. Can you make a difficult geometry cue? Yeah, maybe. Actually, I have a very difficult geometry cue that you probably really won't like, but maybe I'll throw it on the screen so that you can look at it. Will there be a Friday stream? Who knows, bro? Who knows? I need a personal tutor, LMAO. I'm a good tutor. Yeah, Tyler is a good tutor, not gonna lie. Yeah, Vincent, totally. Okay, so let's go through this. Let's answer these questions. I am all your personal tutors. So I don't have a personal tutor, but my ELA teacher said she could give me some grammar lessons. Nice. 94 gang, but it can be, well, it's gonna be one of them. Tyler's a smart dude. Big agree. So let's go into it. This is another word salad. It's like, come on, you could have just told us more precise numbers, but they want you to unwrap the present that is this gift of a question. And so we unfortunately have to go through the layers. 300 marbles total. Now, does it matter that green are 30 and yellow is 10? It doesn't. All we care about is this remaining red or black. So 30, 10, 20, that's 60%. So 40% of the marbles are red or black. So we're going to figure out what that is. Pretty easy. I'm doing the math out, but you don't have to if you're slick, okay? So 120 marbles are red or black. That's the only number we care about now. The whole other part of the problem is completely irrelevant now. Completely irrelevant. They don't even ask for probability. So 30% of the marbles that are red or black are black. So how many reds are there? Well, that means that 70% are red. So 120 times 0.7. What do you guys think? Did you carry too many ones, iron ore? The 30% part made me such confusion. Yeah, dude, a lot of people do 30% of 300. And instead of getting 84 for the 70%, you'll get like something like 90 or something. When you forget to borrow, bruh, come on. Come on, Techno, tighten it up. Dude, so if you guys are having problems, I keep forgetting I need to like shill myself. But if you guys are having problems with precision, like, you may have seen, if you go to my website, you need to play this game and beat it. It's called Deep Mine. Go to my website and click Deep Mine. It's a precision game. Do not use a calculator and get to the bottom. That's it. It's just a game. Just get to the bottom of the mine and you win. Highly recommend that you play it. If you do play, you should play the sequel, which is, I know there's the first one, but there's no lore, so it's not like lore compounds. Deep Mine 2. Winners Never Die. That's the name of the sequel, Deep Mine 2, Winners Never Die. 0 deaths, that's the goal. And learn to be precise. There are 2 ways that you can get a math problem wrong. The first way is just you don't know how to do it, which is fine. The second way is if you make a mistake. These are the only 2 reasons why you will get a math problem wrong. So this is very hard to work on, and honestly not even that important, because if you get a problem that confuses you, then even if you know the concepts underlying it, then you can still get busted. So Number one, but you can work on this. You can work on number two, and that's what DeepMind does. If you haven't played it, definitely get on it. You have hacked DeepMind. Yeah, press X to doubt. I can't on my computer with a phone processor. It's a pretty small game, I will say that. How did I get to 0.7? That's a good question. So since 30% of the marbles that are in that red and black category, since 30% are black, that means 70% are red, because 30 plus 70% is 100%, right? So that's how I knew that it would be that. I could have also just found 30% of 120 and then subtracted it from 120, but that's the same thing as timesing it by 0.7, you know? I have hacked DeepMind. Yeah, once again, press X for doubt. I beat it before it expanded last year. That is true, Henry. That is true. But play DeepMind 2. Winners never die. Your computer cannot run DeepMind. That's very sad. I'm sorry to hear that. But at least your computer can run the stream, which is all that really matters. And Minecraft. Wait a minute. If your computer can run Minecraft, your computer can run DeepMind 2. Winners never die. Tyler, why does DeepMind get so laggy? Oh, okay. So that is an issue. I'm going to be 100% real with you guys right now. The platform that I made DeepMind on, they stopped supporting it. And I can't edit it. All I have is the most recent version. And sometimes it is the slowest thing ever. And if you open DeepMind and it's like painfully slow to like jump and walk, that's like not the game. Like try to refresh it or play it on a different browser or on a different device. It's very sad. I sent emails. And you know, this button right here was pressed. And I could not get them to re-support the server. And they looked at the game and they were basically like, it's sick, but you know, nothing we can do. So if it is laggy, I apologize. That's why it's not updating anymore. Yeah. Your computer doesn't have Minecraft? I thought it did. I thought maybe I'm thinking of something else, huh? Wait, there's 2 DeepMinds? Yeah, there's 2 versions. That's why I haven't been on it. Oh, that's all right, bro. We're just happy to have you on the streams. I can't jump that high. I don't know what you mean by that. Yeah, Tyler, how do you jump higher in the game? You don't. So you don't, I guess. Yeah, so you don't really need to. You only need 1 jump space. It's not like a platformer as much as it is a math game. How can I hack DeepMind? Go to Gamefruit and email them. They actually might. Write your own game using C#. So true. I actually have Unity installed and I have Notepad and I've been coding on it. But it's one of those things where I got to a certain point where I'm like, okay, if I'm going to go any further in game development, I'm going to need to seriously commit to learning this stuff. And I just couldn't bring myself to seriously commit to it because I was just so busy with other stuff. So, you know, maybe now that things are kind of chilling out a little bit, maybe after the SHSAT, but that's a super good idea, Techno. You know, I got to make my own so that they can't stop updating it. Tyler, can you please give me some tips on how to stay productive and motivated? I think I've made this analogy before, but if you had to run tomorrow, if you had to run 10 miles, that would be a pain, an absolute pain. It would take you all day. Like it would take you like 6 hours, right? To run that far, probably. All right, actually, that's an exaggeration. Maybe 3 hours, 4 hours. You know, it'd be a pain. What if I said 20 miles? Maybe like a marathon, right? That would be 6 hours. That'd be like painful. 26 miles? Painful. But what if I was chasing you with dogs and, you know, like, you know, with intent to like kidnap you and like whatever, you would run because you had the motivation. Now, when it comes to studying, there's nobody chasing you. Like you could be lazy and sit at your desk and do nothing, and nothing bad will happen to you. So the difference is that you need to find that motivation. You really need to find it, and that's the correct verb, finding it. You have to locate it. You have to figure out what it is for you, because it's going to be different for everybody. Like some people, like straight up, I can tell you, even when I work in tutoring sessions, their motivation is money. They want to get really good grades so they can go to a really good college, so they can get a really good job, so they can get paid a really lot of money. That's their goal and motivation, legit. And you know what? That's cool. That's them. That's what they want, and they're going for it. You got to respect that in some respects. So that's them. Some people, their motivation is exterior, and that's very dangerous. Like if your motivation is to please somebody in your life or because somebody else wants it for you, then that's not very strong motivation, and that's going to be a lot of pain. You got to find a reason for you that is solely for you, that you want, and then that will motivate you. So if you're like, I want to get into a specialized high school because that's what my parents really want, and they said they want me to go, and I want to prove to everybody how smart I am, that's not motivation. All you care about is what your parents think and what everybody else thinks. And if that's the case, then just fake it. So, you need to find a reason for you. If you want to go to a specialized high school, how does that benefit you? How does that benefit you personally? And not just in a vague sense of, oh, things will be better for me. What do you want? Figure it out. And, you have time, fortunately, to figure it out. So it's not like, oh, tomorrow you have to know what you're going to do with your life and it has to be such a strong passion that it motivates you. That's like ridiculous. That's so rare anyways. But start to figure out the small things. Start to figure out what makes you happy, what you like to do in your free time, what makes you smile, what types of things you enjoy doing that are considered work, what types of things that are considered work that you really dislike doing. Start figuring those things out, and then eventually it will add up to a goal. So find that goal, find that motivation. You got to find it within yourself, and it's got to be for you, bro. You can't be doing it for anybody else. Love dogs too, Rachel. I'm actually, dude, I can barely hide my excitement. I'm looking at like rescue places for a dog. I've had some offers from friends to like pick a dog for me, and like, they have like connections or whatever. But for me, a dog is such a personal thing that you have to feel it out. You have to be in the room with the dog to know if you click, to like know if it's a connection. So I'm looking up shelters. I'm going to be looking around. No promises, but very likely that there will be a dog feature on the stream pretty soon. Let's see. Infect element. Yeah. I love dogs. Yeah, so true. I always think of what happens after if I fail. So here's a good saying that I actually like. I'm gonna write it down because it's like easier to look at than it is for me to say. But this is actually a super solid saying, and it's really relevant. It doesn't really matter where you're at with things. It goes, this is it. Solid advice. Prepare for the worst, hope for the best. So when you take the test, you need to be mentally prepared that you won't pass and that you'll, even worse, bomb it, and then you'll have to go to whatever option is not the specialized high school. Prepare yourself mentally for that, because it could happen. It could happen. What if you get a really hard test score? What if a grader makes a mistake? What if there's a fire drill and it like messes up your thing? Like, so many things can happen that are within your control and out of your control. But either way, you need to be prepared for that. You don't want to be caught off guard. If you don't get accepted, you don't want to be like blown away and shocked and, oh my gosh. You need to be prepared mentally for that to be a possibility. With that being said, you need to have hope for the best, because that is what's going to motivate you. You need to have something that could happen, that maybe could be, and that will be enough to motivate you. And that's why it's so important that even though you need to be prepared for the worst, you need to have the hope for the best, because otherwise, why try? Why go for it? So definitely this, hope for the best. And so that's kind of, I think, the best way to kind of mitigate anxiety. If you're feeling really anxious, then prepare for the worst. If you're feeling really optimistic, then hope for the best, but make sure you keep them in balance with each other. Tips for studying, I would say take 5-minute breaks. Like set a timer on your clock for 5 minutes and really use it. So like once an hour, like set 55 minutes or however you want to do it, 30 minutes. And then when that alarm goes off, set it for 5 and do whatever you want. And at least it will keep you regimented. At least it will keep you on task. It'll feel like a job, you know? Okay, so can you explain y2 minus y1? Yeah, this would be a good time for that. So what you are referring to is a stage of math that comes in when you have two variables. Normally you can solve an equation when it has one variable. When it has two variables, there could be a lot of potential answers. If I said x equals y plus 1, then x could equal a lot of things and y could equal a lot of things. But the first thing that we need to kind of square away, or at least cross away, is this is the coordinate plane, this is y going upwards, and this is x going left and right. And obviously this is going to be positive and positive, and this is y at the negative, and this is x at the negative. So that's just kind of like a little something you need to be thinking about with these problems. So where does y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 come from? Well, if we have 2 points here, let's actually do this. Let's say this is our line. And let's say that this is point 2, 1, and this is point 4, negative 5, right? And keep in mind that when we have coordinates, it's going to be in alphabetical order, so that's x, y, right? If we were to plug these in, if this would be our x1 and this is our x number 2, this is our y1, this is our y number 2, we could plug them in. But really what this is asking is how much does it change in the vertical direction? How much does it go from here to here? How much does it rise? And this is asking how much does it change in the horizontal direction? How much does it run? So if this is our x2 and this is our x1, 4 minus 2 is going to be 2. And negative 5 minus 1 is going to be negative 6. So what is our slope going to be? It's going to be negative 6 over 2, negative 3. And that's the slope of the line. That is our rise over run. Rise over run. That's something to memorize. So that is what that formula is. You're going to see a lot of funky formulas when it comes to graphing and quadratics. And another one of those formulas that you pointed out was the slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b, where b is the y-intercept. And what I mean by that is this point right here, where the line intercepts the y-axis, and it will legitimately tell you. So like for this, we know what the slope is, which is our m, which we've just now figured out. So we keep these as variables, and I'll tell you why in a second. Y equals our negative 3x. And what would our intercept be? Well, we don't know necessarily on this line yet, but here's a little trick you can do to find it. We know 2 points on this line. We know 2, 1, and we know 4, negative 5. So because of that, we know that both of these points on the line are legitimate values for both x and y. So I'm going to plug in 2 for x. I'm going to plug in 1 for y. And this works for any point on the line. Seven. So we now know that this point is 0 on the x because it has no value for x, and 7 for the y. That's our y-intercept. And if we were to put this equation, or we put this line into slope-intercept form, we turn our variable, our y and x, back to variables. and that is slope-intercept form for that line. We found the slope using the slope formula, which is rise over run. Once we had the slope, we could plug that in for our m. We found our b by plugging in our m. We plugged in a point for x and y, and we could have used this point, doesn't matter. It would work the exact same. Found out what our b is, and now we have this form. This is considered an answer if they're looking for slope-intercept form. It tells us our slope, it tells us our intercept, and that's why the form is so appealing. But it's a graphable version, and whenever you're graphing something, you want to isolate the y. That's just a rule. That's just a rule. That's just how the calculators are. That's just Texas. I don't have motivation. I think my motivation is get a good college and get into my dream job. Okay, if that's what you want, then go for it, bro. It's not how long you study, it's how you study. So true. You can be staring at a book and actually getting worse. I bet that's every Bengali's motivation. Yeah, maybe. I feel like there's also a lot of parental pressure in that community as well. That's kind of hard to get by. Let me catch up a little bit on the chat here. Prestige is never good enough reason to go to a school. No, it really isn't. I mean, you can just go and be like, oh, I'm from this school, but you got to go for a reason. I mean, I guess prestige is a small reason, but it's not everything. The degree, the program that you go to, it's kind of important. I'm Big Ellie, and that's my sole purpose. Yeah. Well, I need to go. See you, bro. I just got some socks, man. Dude, big ups to Luis. I hope your socks are fitting nice, bro. I am an Indian Bengali, and my mom and dad are chill. That's cool to hear. Yeah, it's just, everybody's different. People are individuals. My parents are strict on study. Yeah, well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Paganini, Capri Sun, we're twinning. Yeah, we got some connections in the chat. Really strict on studying. Yeah, that's tough. It's tough, but it's ultimately good because you'll get stronger. But it is tough. So I do feel that. I'm strict on studying. My mom was worrying because nobody in my age wants to study. Well, good for you, bro. Different strokes, bro. Everybody's got different things going on. I did say my YouTube username was different. Oh, you guys are talking to each other. My bad. My parents can really care less if I get 100 or 70. They don't have to worry that I won't do well because I push myself to do well. Yeah. That's cool. That's awesome that you're in that state where they kind of know that you're going to be pushing yourself. That's cool. It's also cool to have support, It's so tough because there is no ideal. It's like your situation plus how you handle your situation equal your outcome. So if you have like parents that just force you to study, but you handle it really badly and maybe you reject it, and maybe you're like, I actually don't like this, then it's going to turn out bad. But if you have a situation where your parents are laid back, but that's kind of what you want, then that can work out well. So there's a lot of factors going into it for sure. But the key being as long as you feel like you're getting benefit from it, that's the whole point. Bro, I am like so far behind. Look at that space bar. Now you can't really see it. I was good at ELA in the beginning, but slowly I'm getting bad. So now I'm bad at English and math. No, Paganini, you got to be good. You're my lawyer. That's me. Just read some more books. That's actually really good advice. Don't remember the last time I read a book. Well, go read one, dude. Go find one. Go flip through a couple pages and then buy it. Go to a secondhand bookstore. They're like mad cheap. You can get a book. Well, I guess now like things are a little bit more closed, but you know what I'm talking about here. Have you ever read No Longer Human? I need motivation to read it. I've never read it, so I guess your motivation is you're on your own, Paganini. I'm sorry. Boo. I do good at math and trash at ELA. Well, you got to practice ELA. Go watch my ELA videos, bro. I went from 36 to 50s in ELA when I started reading more. Yeah, it's really good advice. What should I read? All from experience, man. Yeah, true. Book recommendations. There's no specific book. Just read any nonfic you find interesting. Yeah, like even if it's just like, short stories or whatever, find old nonfiction. Like don't read somebody's blog where they have like fan fiction. Like try to read something that's like printed before 1990. You know, like try to find something that's older, and just read it. Just read it, bro. Search short stories and just click around until you find stories that you can bear reading, frankly. And that advice is super huge. If you do need a book, I recommend Old Man and the Sea, but that's just me. Old Man and the Sea, great book. It might be public domain, so everybody can read that. Everyone read Lord of the Flies and Huckleberry Finn. Yeah, those are good books. Although I've never read Lord of the Flies. I hear good things about it, but you know, obviously the concept is famous. Let's see. I only do. Okay, I think I'm finally. My brain gets fried. Yeah, me too, bro. Okay, I'm finally. Wait. Okay, I'm finally back in the chat. All right. Okay, on Instagram, for some reason, all these STY accounts kept following me, and now like 10 sophomores, caucus accounts follow me, and I'm an 8th grader. Yeah, maybe it's just based on like people you know, like they get recommended, you know, people you also may know, and like, I don't know, maybe you have mutuals. I've started reading it, but I haven't pushed into the book yet. See, it's boring, bro. It's boring. You got to push. And it's going to feel painful, but you either feel pain now or during the test. No, just skim through the stuff. My brain is currently beyond fried. What's up, Brust? Started streaming 69 minutes ago. Wow. Gotta go see it. See it, bro. Okay, I'm caught up on the chat. I finally am back. I'm finally back at the bottom. Okay, so guys, if you haven't already, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We will be studying SHSAT guaranteed for the next month. And that was like 10 minutes. Yeah, tell me about it. I hear like a bird outside my window. And I can't tell if it's like someone has like a fan that's rusty and squeaking or if it's like a baby bird. Who knows? I actually don't know. Last year, I think I was 560-ish. What's the lowest score that could get you into 560? Yeah, look at my last year's results video, and then the pinned comment is all the cutoff. Tyler, you're the man. Thanks, Nexo. Great to have you at the streams, bro. Hey, everyone. I'm back from a much-needed break. Much needed. Yo, Storm Fusion, back in action. What's up, homie? Oh, it might be my chair. Dude. I don't know. I will have to investigate after the stream. Yeah, can you give me some tips on fiction and poetry, Tyler? I mean, other than just reading it. So for poetry, here is the tip. Here's the tip to kill all other tips for poetry. Go online, find a poem that you can manage reading. Like, that will be a challenge. It will take you, like, 10 minutes to find a poem that is not like horrible and long or short and meaningless or too stupid or too hard. To find a poem, it's harder than you think. So go online, search for poems, think about the poem, read about it, think about it, and then Google search the poem's name and review or summary and find out what other people are saying about the poem. So originally, if you're like, oh, it's a poem about a guy who finds a statue and it's about this epic city, and you go online and it's actually a poem about a guy who finds a city in ruins, you're like, oh, I missed that part. And you can start to figure out in your head how to better read poetry to catch the things that you miss. That's the tip to kill all tips. No more tips on poetry. Tyler, what should I get to get into Bronx Science? Go to my results video and look at that for the score. So yeah, that's it. Quilla gave me a poetry guide handbook. Yeah, if it's good, if it works for you. What's the best advice to do good in math? Deep mind. go and play DeepMind on my website. Winners never die, and if it's really laggy, I kind of told the chat why earlier, and don't play it if it's that bad. But the first version shouldn't be laggy. You should always be able to play DeepMind 1 without the lag. Just saying. Go play that and get precise. Get very, very precise. Sakib, do you live in NYC, Tyler? I did, and I've been moving around. I've been traveling a lot and just been doing the stream just because, we like to do it. Can you give me some tips on fiction? You're not going to like this. You just got to read fiction, like search short stories. Maybe I can do a stream on how to find poems and how to find short stories, but just search like short story and read anyone that you can that looks like it's written older than 15 years ago. Because you're going to find a lot of websites where like, I have a writing blog, here's my list of short stories, and they're all trash. They're all modernist trash. You need to find something that's older, that's written in an older time, because most likely that's going to be the fiction that you come across. So search like 1960s short story, 1970s short story, that type of thing. And really, really try to find a story that's not too short and not too long, and that you feel like you could actually read it. And it will take you a while, I will say. It will take you a while to find one, but read it, digest it, then Google search it and see what it's really about and see if you can do it. Storm Fusion. Hey, Tyler, can you do this problem? 1 to the 49th to the power of x plus 3 equals the square root of 7. You know what? That's going to be getting into logarithms. And if you, I really don't feel like getting into logarithms right now. If you have a question about logarithms, we can talk about it. But if you like are not sure how logarithms work, I would recommend kind of reviewing those first. Animal Farm, yeah, that's a shorter book too. That you could read that definitely. Kids sub to Tyler DeepMind though on fiction. Literally just could read because nothing else can help. Yeah, that's so true. Video games are bad, yeah, yeah, but I'm playing DeepMind though. Son, are you winning? Yeah, I'm at floor 45 of DeepMind. That's the kind of, yeah. I'm really good at nonfiction, that's good to hear. Animal Farm is best, yeah, it is a good book. Animal Farm, what's that about? It's a book about a farm, and then there's like obviously like a subtext or undertones, donating a larger kind of moral framework to it. But on the surface, it's a very simple story about a farm. Tyler, how long should I be studying? Well, during school days and regular days, you should be studying as much as it gives you confidence. So for some people, if they study 2 hours a day, they feel like they're doing enough. For some people, if they study 30 minutes a day, they feel like they're doing enough. You need to just study until you feel good. And study until you stop questioning if you need to study more. Like, if you get the feeling you're like, I'm studying way too much, am I even absorbing this? Then you're studying the right amount. But then again, also, it's a balance. Just because you sit in front of a book and stressing yourself out, tearing your hair out for 30 minutes doesn't mean you're studying. Like, make it a part of your life, make it a part of your routine, make it something that you do. I thought 2 hours was good, but the whole chat is like 15 hours a day, no break. Yeah, you will find the chat is smart. I will say the Tyler Tutor chat is on the next level. And you will find some people who will just grind for 11 hours a day. And, that's awesome. You got to respect the grind. You got to respect it. But keep in mind that hours put in does not mean intelligence taken out. So it definitely helps them. They are better for it. But keep in mind that there are other ways to study. I need to study for 4 hours a day. Yeah, whatever it is, bro. I would go to the study place for hours on weekends. Hey, what's up, Rachel? Rachel. Let's see. I sometimes study for 6 hours, but usually 5 hours. Can I get a study flex in the chat? Tyler, how do I watch less YouTube? Bruh, I don't know. That's like a kid in the 1950s asking how to read less comic books. It's, I I don't know. You just that's the motivation thing. You know, you got to have motivation to switch it up. And remember, the opposite of anxiety is action, right? So make a move rather than just sitting. Like literally, just stand up and walk to the next room, or just stand up and walk to the different part of the room, and that will switch your mind up enough, hopefully, to maybe shake you loose. Action. Where do I donate to, Tyler? I mean, you could hit me on the PayPal on my webpage, I think for the ELA, or you could donate super chats during the stream. But you know, also your presence is a present. Do these people not have school? I don't know. Put a timer on YouTube? Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, I only study for 4 hours. And on the weekends, I only study for 48 hours per day. My YouTube is 3 hours every day, but I never reach 3 hours. Good for you. I always get 1 hour and 30 minutes on YouTube. That's still a lot. That's still a lot, but at the same time, you know, that's your leisure time. That's your leisure time. You take an hour and a half for leisure time. Okay, that's totally normal. You're a human being, you know what I mean? But it's all about balance. How are you going to balance that leisure time with something that challenges you and something that maybe takes energy? Which of course I'm sure you're doing because you're here, right? You wouldn't be here if you weren't interested in balancing out leisure time with some studying and grinding. Spending 3 hours a day on TikTok. Oh no. Well, if it gets banned, then you won't have to. How do I stop myself from coding all day? I made a login page using HTML and CSS. Very impressive. Well, consider that also could be work. You know, like if you were like, let's just say it's something similar. Like all you do all day is just play basketball. Like you always have a basketball in your hand, and all you want to do is play basketball. Does studying, you know, does studying math help you? No, because you're going to go play basketball. Now, if you're doing code, and if you find that you're drawn to doing code naturally, and that's how you are filling your time, and it just happens to be that that's what it is, that is your work. But what do you need to get better at code? You need to get into better schools so you can get into a better college and they could actually teach you something. So you do need the test. You do got to figure out how to get it. But that's cool to see that you're like that, bro. I would rather learn code than learn another language. How do I stop playing video games? I don't know. I would just say there's a look at the there's a I don't even know if I should link this, but just know that there are people out there who have put thousands of hours into video games that are no longer around. That anything that you build in a video game will be gone. It's only temporary. But glory, success, that lasts forever, and it's real. And that, if you can kind of square that in your brain, that will be huge. The second thing is you have to realize that they are just rocking your dopamine centers. Your dopamine is like your reward chemical in your brain, that it's like, oh, reward. So your brain can teach you to do things that are good. You know, like you help an old lady. She drops her groceries. You help her pick up some stuff off the ground and put it in her bag, and she's very nice and she thanks you, and you feel really good. That's a little bit of that dopamine hit, right? And video games are really good at getting you dopamine hits and making you feel good in easy ways. It's really easy to get it. Oh, I leveled up again in Dark Souls. My armor in Minecraft is now awesome. It took me 3 hours, but I built this massive bridge. It's so epic. That's dopamine hits. But that only lasts for a little while. And if you do need deterrent, just Google search like 45-year-old gamers. I have never Google searched that, but I'm sure you'll find some cringe. Because it becomes cringe after a while. Video games do become cringe after a while. And I say that, and I play video games, but you know, yeah, it can become weird. It can become weird fast. I watched TikTok for a bit and liked it, but then it got majorly cringe. Yeah, well, yeah. I guess it depends on what you're clicking on. Is doing practice tests the best way to study? I think spacing them out. So do a practice test once a week. Don't do them every day. That doesn't do anything for you. Once a week, and then in between, be studying stuff. Minecraft will never die. That's super true. The server, by the way, guys, join the Minecraft server if you haven't already. Join the Discord, and then you can link into the Minecraft server from there. That server will never die. It literally will last forever. So if you do build something in it, it will last forever. Aliens will be looking back on it. I code too much and I feel like, bro, I need more time for study. Please me. I need confidence. Yeah, dude. Well, then you gotta put it aside. You gotta put it aside for the next month. 4 weeks, 4 weekends. That's it. Put it aside. You can always play it a little bit. Do a little bit of it. What's up, Justin? You big brains. Pass. Stop playing video games one-on-one. Get a hobby. Play Minecraft VR with nausea. That's kind of funny. I study for 5-6 hours a day, and then at the end of the day, I play video games for like 5 hours. You probably should go outside, bro. I barely play games. I only play 30 minutes a day. Yeah, it's all good, but I spend time on animes. That's fine. Video games is leisure. Watching anime is leisure. You guys need to have leisure time, but you got to balance it with stuff. Do I play Doom Eternal? No, but I am a huge fan of Doom's Eternal speedruns. Tyler, you have a nice wood desk. Thank you. I actually would like to point out, because I love this wood desk, this is unfinished wood that was spray painted, very coarse, but now so many math problems, thousands of math problems have been like etched into this desk, and now it's completely smooth. It's completely smooth to the touch, no splinters at all. It's almost like it was sanded down, bro, by the math problems of time. Stop playing games, cool, man. Purely on anime and YouTube, bro. You swapped one addiction for the other. 70-year-old Tyler playing Minecraft. Yeah, that's going to be me, unfortunately, if I live that long. Tyler is most likely studying for the GRE while he teaches us. Joke's on you. I actually tutor people in the GRE. Games got boring. I actually do. So people what the GRE is you go to college, and if you want to go to double college, they call it a master's, and you double down and you go back to college, but you're like, a master now. And obviously it's like more complex, stuff you're going to be going through. But to get into a master's program, you have to pass a GRE, and I tutor people to pass that test. I don't have a master's. I don't have that degree, but I tutor people to get it. Classic. Anime is the only thing that keeps me studying. If I can watch anime a day, I'll break down. Well, that's good, man. You got to have something for you, a little bit of an outlet, a little bit of time where you can just go brain dead. I play basketball at like 5 and then come home at like 7. That's pretty chill. Oh, that's nice. Dude, so you are like busy, bro. I don't watch anime. That's fine. Do you have any SHSAT test taking tips? Yes, you need to get your mental game right, bro. And what I mean by that is to not overestimate it and to not underestimate it. To not overvalue it, but to not undervalue it. You got to find the middle zone, bro, where you have a little anxiety, but anxiety isn't crushing you. You have a little bit of nerves, but you're not too nervous to do it or to think. You got to find the middle zone. It's not easy. There's no answer to get there, but you got to feel it out. And I have a feeling you will. Watch reveal. Oh, watch reveal. It's actually broken. It stopped working very close to midnight. That's the second hand. So I'm seeing if the battery has a little bit left. I just wear it for aesthetic reasons because I have my phone, right? But I was just seeing if it has, how many seconds would it be? If it has 8 seconds more left into it so I can get to midnight. And it has. It used to be like 12 seconds. So it is ticking. It is like going, but it's just going to be really slow. And I don't know what will happen when it eventually will get to midnight. Maybe I'll turn into a pumpkin. I only like certain animes. Me too. Animation style and like the voices of the character, I can tell you right away if I'm going to watch it or not. How do you recommend people dealing with the stress of school and regular life? Dude, that's constant. You're going to have that, and you're going to figure out different ways to deal with it at different stages of your life for sure. So I don't know. Just keep perspective and just know that you're not alone. Keep grinding, bro. Keep doing your thing. And just remember that, if you were born 80 years ago, you'd be in a coal mine, like right now. So, Tyler, how do I stop drawing? Well, is that a bad thing? I don't know. Is it a bad thing? Is it cutting into your normal life? Math is hard, dude. So true. Can I buy your wood desk? Yes, it's $10,000. Only paying in cash. And by the way, it's only a foot by 2 feet. I originally cut this desk so it would fit in a closet. That's like the work environment I was in. How do I do on days where I don't do practice tests? You watch my old videos, bro. Tyler flexing with the Rolex with that YouTube money. Hey, yeah, bro. That's how you know, dude, I'm so rich I'm on the other side now. It's like a thing. You guys ever see this? I should probably pull it up because it's a meme, but it's like the three layers of intelligence meme. And they normally do like a bell curve, or they do like an exploding brain meme. That pen is dust. This is it, where it's like where you have I guess what would it be? Where you have like cheap watches are good. Good. And you have like Grug brain, you have like Grug brain drooling out of his nose, drooling out of his mouth, and he's like, "Yeah, I like cheap watches." And then you have the dude, the mid intelligent, the middle intelligent person is like, snarky. He's like, Rolexes are best, he doesn't really know. But the true patricians, the true elite, they know that cheap watches are good. And these are the true, big brain individuals who, have a little bit of bangs, but have the true understanding of life, So, if people are here and they're like, well, you don't have a Rolex, it's like, you don't get it, bro. You don't get it. Like, you don't get it. Cheap watches are where it's at. And truly, only the knowledgeless and in pure instinct and the high intellect understand this. And this is actually true about a lot of knowledge. Is like, you have people who learn a little bit and they act like big shots. They act like they're this like savant big league. But really, the people who really know their stuff are like humble, chill, relaxed, cool, confident, don't care. And that's so true. That's so true about life. Sherrod Roy, Tyler face reveal. Dude, have you not been around the channel that long? Face reveal for the chat. You need to watch old videos. Usually in school, I doodle a lot. Well, that's chill. Yeah, exactly. I might throw the face cam on again. I just haven't had it really set up. Hunter is the best anime of all time. Well, I haven't seen it, so I can't really argue that one. Cheap Watch Gang. Yeah, who's up? Tyler should get sponsored by Pilot Pens. Yeah, I agree. Pilot Pens should sponsor me. But I can't even get a DM. I can't even get a read receipt on a DM. That's where I'm at right now with Pilot Pens. So yes, they should sponsor me. I mean, it'd be a huge win for them business-wise to sponsor me. I mean, what? But yeah, not been getting any offers. Not even I'm getting left not even on red. I'm getting left on delivered. Minecraft stream. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing Minecraft later, but I don't know if I'm gonna stream it. Following your channel for 2 years. Yeah, Roy. You're the OG, Roy. Okay, bye, Tyler. I have to go see you, bro stars. Keep it easy. Finish your videos. Now what do I do? You finished all of my videos. I have like 225 videos. But if you finished all of my videos, I would recommend looking at older handbooks. So Google search 2013 SHSAT Student Handbook. Google search 2015 SHSAT Student Handbook. Go back in time, go look at those handbooks, and there are practice tests in each of them, and there are practice questions in each of them that you can check out. But you're already supporting them, so it's free advertising for them. So why do they pay you? Yeah, that's a good point, Henry. True pain. That's how I feel when they leave me undelivered. Rumors says Tyler is adopted by Jeff Bozo. Yeah, Jeff Bozo the clown is my dad. He runs. Yeah. Wait, I can Google that. Okay. All right. So I think I am going to dip. I'm going to dip. Oh, I even have this written up. Guys, check out the fresh TylerTutor.com. If you need help with your precision, play DeepMine. If DeepMine 2 is laggy, go back and play DeepMine 1. I don't think that one is as laggy. Work on your precision. Don't make mistakes. Ugh. I am out. It's the iconic ending. What a time to be alive. All right, guys. About to pull up with the notebook, so. All right. I'll see you later. Bye.